Hey there. You're probably wondering what we're doing in this cabbage field. Well, I'm here to tell you all about cabbage today. Did you know New York ranks 3rd in the country for cabbage acres? Here, I'll show you. Let's see. You can see this whole field is full of cabbage. There's over 7,000 acres of cabbage grown in New York. 1,500 of those acres are here in Ontario County. Any guesses on how many cabbage out in that field? There's about 14,000 plants per acre. And if you think that's crazy, come on down here. Let me show you what's all in this cabbage. Here we are down at this cabbage. These cabbages are cool growing crops. They don't need a lot of heat. And right now, today, it's Halloween. These cabbages are still growing. There's not a lot of other crops in New York that are still growing here on Halloween. But cabbage, they can go pretty late. They're very frost tolerant. They also need very well-draining soils, full of nutrients, very fertile soils. That's why New York tends to be a great place to grow cabbage. There's lots of things you can do with this cabbage. You can make sauerkraut, coleslaw. A lot of this cabbage will be going to processed cabbage. Why don't we see what we can make out of this cabbage when we take it back to the office. Jenna, I've got a problem. I've got a lot of cabbage left over and I'm looking for a recipe. Do you have any recipes that could use like a whole head of cabbage besides coleslaw?
I sure do, and I have all the ingredients for one.
Oh yeah? What's the recipe called?
It's called haluski.
Haluski?
Haluski. It's just cabbage and noodles.
Cabbage, noodles.
And we're going to add venison because we need some extra protein in it.
Okay, some onions and butter and pepper. I have all this stuff at home. We could probably do this today.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. What do we have to do to get started?
We have to chop our cabbage and our onions.
Oh, here's the knife right here. Maybe I'll...
Can you do the cabbage, I'll do the onions?
Maybe I'll start cutting the cabbage.
Yeah.
And now our cabbage is all chopped. Jenna, do you want to get the onion?
Yeah.
Now the onion's all chopped. Now we're ready to go. Now that the meat is almost browning point, should we add the onions, Jenna?
I think we should.
All right.
I'm going to cook those until they're nice and translucent.
All right, now, Jenna, we have to add some butter, right?
Yeah, we're going to use a 1/4 cup of butter.
All right, there's some butter.
Add that in.
And we need the cabbage, no?
Yes, we do.
All right, so here comes the cabbage.
All
We're
right.
going to saute that up for how long, do you think?
Until it looks nice and soft.
Nice and soft and supple. All right. Jenna, now we have to just add a little salt and pepper to taste, no?
Sounds perfect.
Perfect. Now we're ready to put it into our pan. Now we got to add in our egg noodles. First or last?
Add them in first, and then we'll mix in our cabbage.
You know, quick.
That's great.
Now we can add this in.
Mm-hmm. Mix that all together.
To bake it?
To bake it. So, recipe calls for baking at 300 for about 30 minutes.
Okay, I think we could do that.
Okay.
Oven set, ready to go.
Ready to go. I feel like I need salt.
I don't know, we'll see. Here's the haluska.
No, is it?
Mmm,
We're good.
it's real good. Nice. Jenna, we successfully made haluski. Anything you would do differently next time?
I might cook the cabbage and onions with a little bit of broth just to make it more flavorful.
A little beef broth or broth of the meat you're
Anything
using?
probably that you want. We use venison, so maybe like complement that with beef broth or vegetable broth. Whatever you like.
What about like maybe adding cream of mushroom? then
That might be
baking it.
tasty too.
Lots of thoughts. Where can we find this recipe in the future?
The recipe will be on the wildharvesttable.com.
Oh, you could probably find a link to that on our website, no?
You sure can.
Sweet.
There's also tons of other recipes, not only venison, but other types of game. So it's all up there.
Awesome. Thank you to Jenna, our dietetic intern.
Yay.